surprising when throughout much of the 20th century, ballroom dancing in Soviet Russia was frowned upon as too Tsarist or too Western. As another Strictly veteran, Kristina Rihanoff recalls from early dancing days.
We had cha-cha, waltz and foxtrot, but we didn't have other dances like samba from Brazil, Argentine tango. We didn't have like lots of other swing dances and jive, which is obviously American dances. So now I kind of think, okay, maybe because it was the Cold War time, they didn't allow those dances yet.
Glitz and sequins, mirror balls and microphones, the glamour of Strictly couldn't be further from the grey Soviet world Kristina Rihanoff grew up in the remote Far East corner of the Soviet Empire, Vladivostok.
I was only 6 when I started dancing, and obviously it was Soviet Union time, but in socialistic Russia, all children were pushed, and I would say groomed almost to really be the best as we can be at any activities we took. We always were pushed to do some activities after school, so nobody wandered around on the streets. And obviously, yes, you were sort of raised with the ideology you have to be the best of the best, deliver in your class, deliver for your school, for your nation, for your country, and all of that.
This was Vladivostok, which is in the very far east of Russia.
Yeah.
And it's a time when life was pretty tough. People lived in quite difficult conditions. Did it feel like a huge contrast to go and dance?
Yes, of course it was glamorous. I was putting my gorgeous dresses on and a little bit of lip gloss, and my mom would curl my hair, and it was a really massive thing for me. You're on stage with lights and everything. So yeah, of course it was an escape.
Where did you think it would take you? What was your dream at that time?
I definitely loved competing, and I felt like I was good at it, and I wanted to continue being in that environment because, like you said, it was definitely an escape. The older you get, the more you understand the life around. So I think a lot of kids were actually quite envious of me that my mom and dad would take me to different competitions around our area, and the dance teachers would take us to different towns around my city.
How far did you go? How far did you travel?
We would have maybe a bus ride about 3-4 hours to the closest city to compete. The one good thing about Soviet Union was that everything was taken care of by government. All of our travels, our fees for dance lessons, everything was paid out to our teachers by governments, because my mom and dad would never able to afford take me to classes.
It wasn't till the late 1950s, after Stalin's death, that ballroom dancing was tolerated at all by the Soviet state. And even then, it was dismissed as a marginal activity, far less important than Russian folk dancing or ballet, kept